Paul, you've had, 48 hours to reflect on Saturday. How are you feeling now?
Yeah, I think you're disappointed over the weekend because of the result and the manner of the performance, and I really didn't see that coming. I felt really confident getting into the game. I felt after Tuesday night performance, even though we lost, I felt there was a lot of good stuff there, and then hence the reason we picked the same team, same formation. Had faith in the players, and we just underperformed on the day. We looked a little bit tired and leggy. I'm not saying that's an excuse, but we just didn't get going. So, for time to reflect, to start of the new week, we know what we need to do. I think we're hurting just as much as the supporters in terms of Saturday's result and the manner of the performance. So, we have to pick ourselves up. I look at it. We've got 8 games to go. You've got to treat every game like a cup final now. We've still got an opportunity to get in the playoffs. People say it might be out with our hands, but if we can perform to our levels, get back to what we're good at, I'm still confident we can reach the playoffs. But there's no room for error. But we've got to remain upbeat, positive, and show that was a sort of one-off performance on Saturday in terms of how we played, and then really get ourselves going for the running.
You talked a lot about the lack of consistency. Is it difficult to put your finger on why that should be the case?
Yeah, I just think sometimes it's been team selection. We've had a lot of injuries throughout the season. We've never really had a run of games where we've played the same team 3 or 4 games in the bounce. Even that good run that we were on, we were always sort of chopping and changing. So that's been difficult. The hybrid model's been obviously it's been new for us to try and integrate everybody. We've had a big turnover of players. I think we always knew it'd be a transitional season for us. With the amount of turnover of players that we've had coming in and then going out, we've not really shown that consistency. But we still remain positive and upbeat for the remaining games that we've got to go.
In terms of the hybrid model, so has the difficulty been trying to integrate, and I don't mean in terms of the dressing room, but in terms of how you work with the part-time players, the full-time players, and the group as a whole?
Yeah, it can be like that. Obviously, a working week's a little bit different with the full-time players and the part-time players. But when the part-time players come in with the full-time lads, we've got a short space of time to work with the lads. So yeah, I wouldn't say it's caused us big issues, but sometimes it's just that transition for the hybrid to then have players full-time and part-time. But we're not really offering any excuses. I think we know what we need to do. I think it's just a bit more consistency in our work.
Clearly the fans were not happy on Saturday with the performance. Do you understand the level of disappointment that there is out there?
Oh, listen, there's no doubt about it. I was just as frustrated as they were on Saturday, and I can take that. They've got the right to be frustrated and be disappointed, and just the level of performance. I think Saturday in the manner of the defeat. I think and I didn't see that coming for the players. I didn't really see that coming there on Saturday, and so I get their frustration. But one thing for sure is the remaining 8 games that we've got to make sure we're ready for the fight and the battle. There's still a lot of points to play for. That's the big thing, the beauty of football, and especially this league. It can turn so quickly, but we've just got to show more consistency.
You look into that dressing room, you look at the players, do you have full belief that they have what it takes to achieve what we hope this season?
Of course. But what we've got great experience in the group. That's the big thing for me. Players that have been over the course before. We're not sitting in here in a relegation battle. We're talking about trying to get into the playoffs. I do think that Cove have came a long way in a short space of time since coming into the league in 2019 in terms of promotions. Playoff, suffered relegation last year, but I think the club has definitely grown over that last 4 or 5 years. You look at some of the clubs that are in the league that have been promoted before, and some clubs have just floated about second division and first division for a number of years. We've always been talking about promotion. We had a setback last year. It's took us a little bit more time this year to really look at the transition, going with a hybrid model. It was never going to be overnight success. It was work in progress. So, but I still get confidence in everybody. My group of players, with a bad performance Saturday, I think we've got to put our hand up for that, and then really go for it over the next 8 games.